to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to Tough Love Tuesdays. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I want to talk to you about the possibility of joining our membership. We talk about the membership a lot because what we are trying to do is basically go against the grain of running, okay? Everybody's told that you just need a pair of shoes. Just lace up your feet, lace up your shoes and go out. Or if you're having pain, let's go to the running store. You're going to run a few steps, and then the salesperson is going to correct your running. But that's not how it works. And if you have ever done a triathlon or swimming or any other sport, every other sport has a coach. Even golfing, people that golf have somebody that watches how they do that movement. There's a standard of movement. And what we're trying to say here is that there is a standard of movement in running. And so our goal is to help you learn that standard of movement. And it's not easy because everybody wants to be able to just put on a pair of shoes and go out and run. But if you don't understand that there's a standard of movement, then what happens is some of us feel like, well, they're meant to be runners and I'm not meant to be a runner. But what if I told you you are meant to be a runner? Because running uses muscle elasticity and gravity, and we all have that. So it doesn't matter how tall you are, how big your feet are, and whatever other mind drama you have in your head, you can learn how to run pain-free. And I know this because I've seen it with hundreds of runners over the last few years. Everyone gets to the point of running pain-free. The only caveat is if they don't quit. That's honestly the only way you'll fail. Some people, it takes 3 months. Some people, it takes 6. Some people, it takes 4. It just depends on where you are in your journey, how coachable you want to be, and if you're willing to kind of let go of all the drama and junk and stuff that's out there that's telling you you can't, including your own head. Because there's a lot of us. I can't do that. I'm too old. I'm too big. I'm too tall. I'm too clumsy. I'm too whatever. But I'm here to challenge you to say that what's so crazy about those I can'ts are the same thing that everyone says about just about everything. So we have runners that come in and say, I'm too old. But as a coach, I have people that I talk to about starting a business and they'll say, I'm too old. Or you want them to maybe start a new career. I'm too old. Maybe they want to start singing or dancing. I'm too old. How many things have you looked at in your life? Maybe they want to have kids. And so they're thinking about adopting or fostering. Oh, I'm too old. Are you really? If you really wanted to foster a child, are you really too old? So I'm here to challenge that thought. They also say, like, I'm too heavy. Are you? Are you really too heavy? Does gravity work different on you than it does on somebody that's 30 pounds less than you? I'm here to say that Newton proved us both wrong, right? Newton proved that idea wrong. Gravity works on us the same. Okay. So I really want you to start challenging your thoughts around running. And I want you to basically take those I can'ts and look at where you do that in your other parts of your life. Do you say that about starting a business? Do you say that about budgeting? Do you say that about saving money? Do you say that about going on vacation? Do you say that about getting a promotion? Do you say that about starting a family or finding someone to spend your life with? Do you say that about what you want to do as where you want to retire? Do you say, I can't, it's too late, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I can't, I don't? That's not true. That is just a thought. And the way I can prove it is, can you show me anyone that has done that at a later life? So starting a business, great example is Colonel Sanders started going around and trying to sell his special original recipe. I believe it was the age of 55, 51. He was in his 50s, and he finally didn't sell it until he was in his 70s. There are so many stories of people. If you just want to look up bodybuilding, let's say, maybe you want to be I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder. Look up bodybuilders over 50. You're going to find a ton. And there's quite a few that have started way late in life. Runners that have started late in life. Maybe it's parents, news people, politicians, you name it. It doesn't matter what you think you can't do. I guarantee you, I can find someone that's done it and that has done it against all odds. They've done it with no money. They've done it with no education. They've done it coming from a bad environment. They've come at it with maybe they have a disability. Maybe they have a mental issue that's stopping them. There's so many things that can stop someone from doing something. But honestly, the only thing that's stopping you from accomplishing your goals is you. That's what the RunRX method is really about, is bringing you back in and looking at running, breaking it down to its standard of movement, and then kind of starting over. How do I start over with that standard of movement? And then how do I get past those thoughts of, I'm too old, I'm too big, I can't do that? Because once you actually overcome that with learning how to run pain-free, I guarantee you're going to start seeing those same little mind worms coming up in other parts of your life, like maybe going for that promotion, maybe starting that business, right? You're going to start realizing that you're saying the same things to yourself when you go out and run that you say about your job. And then you're going to say, well, I got over it with my running because now I'm running pain-free. How do I get over it with my job? Remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So when you start seeing how your mind is kind of working against you, you'll learn to flip it around in other areas. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is when you come into the RunRX method, you get more than just learning how to run pain-free. You actually learn how to kind of shift your mind and really get connected with who you are at a more meditative level. And I kind of laugh at that because Valerie and I are not very good at meditating, right? You've heard our podcast on Fridays. You've heard how sometimes we'll start with a topic and we'll be talking for about 10 or 15 minutes and we totally go off topic. But when it comes back down to geeking out about running, it's truly about connecting with your body and connecting with who you are at your core and being able to accomplish that goal and overcoming those thoughts, because that's the only thing holding you back. I cannot stress this enough, that the only reason why you can't accomplish running pain-free is because of the thoughts that are holding you back and not allowing you to let go, use gravity, muscle elasticity, and be the best version of you can be, whether it's running, swimming, biking, at your job, with your money, with your family, with your spouse, whatever it is. Okay, guys? So if you've been thinking about joining the RunRX membership, I'd really look at it this month. We are looking at switching from an open membership to more of a course, and we will be raising the price because we're kind of changing the model of how we work, and we want to get as many people in now as possible so that you can keep working with us. But at the same time, if you're like, well, no, I want to see what new things are coming, you can wait, because probably about the middle of July, we're going to be going ahead and launching it, and we're going to be putting it out there, and we're going to be looking at it from just 12 weeks, but it's going to be at a much higher price point. So it's totally up to you. Stay on our Facebook page, stay on our Instagram, keep with our podcast, and we will be talking soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.